Man, I'm just really appreciative of the efforts of our guys. It was a fight. Obviously, we weren't perfect, man. There's week one like things, particularly early on in the game. We warmed up to it defensively, man. We dropped a pick or something there early. They converted some third downs and started the game with a field goal. And, that's not why we put our defense on the field to start the game. We had some fumbled CQ exchanges on offense. We were shooting ourselves in the foot. Some drives got stopped. You're kicking field goals, man, in a hostile environment versus a good group, man. You're in danger. And so I'm just really appreciative that we're able to get it done. We got things to work on, but it's really good to work on your ills with a W. And so we're going to do that. You start this season, man, on the road, man. It's 32 teams start this thing undefeated. And it's just good to get your first one on the road. Half this league is obviously not going to be winners this week. And to get on the road and get out of the gate with a W is something that I respect. And it's really excited for the guys. From a health standpoint, Cam Johnston appears to have a serious injury. I have an update for you next time we come together. It's a shame for him. This guy has been spectacular, man, through team development. He's an absolute stud, not only in his talents, but his approach to business. And so, my heart goes out to him. Darius Rush is being evaluated for a concussion. I don't know whether it is or isn't, but as the game ended, he was being evaluated in that way. We had some bumps and bruises. Some guys go out, but those guys came back in, D-Jack, Joey Porter. But I'm just really appreciative of how the team supported one another and fought through. And that's what teams do. A case in point is we gave up a drive there before the half, and our offense went down the field and got a field goal to respond, and that was important. Obviously, you saw our defense stand up several times in support of our offense. We had some unique contributions today, like Scotty Miller as a backup holder. Look at your flip card, man. You don't see a backup holder on that flip card. So we're just really appreciative of unique skill sets that help us win. Can't say enough about Boz, not only in terms of him kicking the ball, but that punt was timely. T.J. Watt always delivers when it gets thick. We don't take that for granted. We appreciate it. We don't take it for granted. And so there's a lot of efforts to speak to. But largely, man, we're just thankful to come into this place and get this victory and kind of move on with our journey. I'll pause and open it up for questions.
You wanted to pass on the field goal there. The previous drive is you figured it's time to score a touchdown. What was the thought process?
Just, we're going to live that life. We don't live in our fears, man. We play to win. If you can't get 4th and 1, man, sometimes you don't deserve to win. And that's just a philosophical approach that we live by. I believe in our bigs. I've talked to you guys repeatedly that we're going to ride the wave that our bigs on offense and defense provide, and we mean it. Obviously, we didn't get it done right there, but we still live that life.
How do you evaluate the job that Justin Fields did today, especially settling in as the game went on?
Really appreciative of his efforts in his play, certainly.
What happened in pregame where can you take it to that decision-making progress with Russ even a consideration?
It's really, not a long, drawn-out process. I'd rather deal with short-term misery, to be quite honest with you. We're in week one. There's a lot of ball out in front of us. I just thought it was appropriate to put the healthy guys on the field. I felt really good about both quarterbacks. I was very clear to you guys when I named Russ the starter how comfortable I was with both quarterbacks. And so if that is true, why not be really comfortable with playing Justin under the circumstances, with Russ being in less than ideal physical shape? And so that was the thought process. It wasn't a lot of discussion. Russ was very supportive today, and that was appreciated. But we went with Justin. Man, I'm glad we got 2 real capable quarterbacks, as I've mentioned before.
Coach, can you speak more about his resiliency throughout the game, talking about Justin Fields?
Man, Justin is, as I've gotten to know him, man, he is a real steady Eddie, man. He's not overly talkative, man, but he's got a steady, strong demeanor. And just being in stadium with him, man, some of the things that I've seen through team development were confirmed. It's just good to be able to communicate with a guy when things get thick and you see the clear eyes. He's there. He's solid as a rock, and I think his play and thus our play is kind of reflective of that.
Does Justin's performance today affect Russell's status as QB1 as the starter?
And you can come ask me that question on Tuesday.
Coach, any words for Raheem Morris, his first game back in Atlanta?
Man, I love my brother, and I wish him the best moving forward. But that's what I said to him after the game. Man, this is what we do. But that's my little brother, and I'm proud of him, and I wish him nothing but the best moving forward.
Mike, you touched on it, the pass toward the end of the half, to get an answer like that quick on that deep pass, and it was a good route by Pickens. You just talk about the impact that had.
It's team supporting team. We had a couple timeouts, man. We were, trying to be aggressive there, man, and respond. And we were able to do that, thankfully, and put 3 points on and make it a one-score game. So, that's what teams do, though, man. Like, there are going to be plenty of times in a 60-minute battle that all three phases get a chance to support one another. And when you really think about it, you saw really vivid examples of that today. In a lot of areas, man, that Boz punt and that coverage by Scotty Miller and whoever that other gunner was significant.
Accentuate the positive with some results, but I saw growth in the wide receiver room. So what do you think overall in terms of the first game, their growth so far as you're going forward?
I got no reservations about our wide receiver room. They did what I expected them to do, which is playmaker, and I'm appreciative of their efforts today, no doubt.
How do you evaluate the job that your offensive line did today?
They're 1-0, just like all of us. That's how I evaluate it. Football's our game. Our business is winning. We play today, and we play to win. We'll comb through it tomorrow. I'll have all that cute stuff for you on Tuesday.
Simply, can you talk about the defense as far as shutting the Falcons out in the second half?
I'm appreciative of that, but to be quite honest with you, man, we got high standards and expectations for this group, man. We got some first-team All-Pros in that unit, and I expect them to play like that, and they did. Big-time players step up in them big-time moments, man. I can't say enough about 90 and company.
How do you feel like you did in your pressure on Cousins? You felt like you were at least around him enough to affect what they were doing in the passing game?
Cousins is very good versus blitz. And so we had to create pressure really in a non-blitz structure. We know that about him. Last year he was good versus 5 or more rushers. Over the course of his career, he's great versus 5 or more rushers. He's been good against us specifically as the Pittsburgh Steelers versus 5 or more rushers. And so that wasn't our agenda. We needed to do it with a 4-man rush, and we were able to. We were able to pace him. We were able to get him off the spot. We would want more, but we're never going to be satisfied. That's just the life that we live. I was appreciative of what we were able to get done in their efforts in that regard.
One more, if anyone.
Boswell, those were not easy kicks. The 50, 57, 50, you've seen it before, but tell us about his value there.
Man, we all know what he's capable of. I don't think anybody in that locker room is surprised, by what he was able to do. As a matter of fact, he loves it. You know what I mean? Like I've been around this guy a long time, man. He wants the long ball. He's built for it. And I think it's just really displayed in my confidence in him, man. I don't have any hesitation to send him out there. As a matter of fact, I look forward to sending him out there because I know he relishes it. And so we're thankful for that.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Mike.